Welcome back to Mojo Group, Mike here. If you've been following on this channel for years, we've covered just about every airplane you can think about. And part of the mission still remains. We want to get more people in the air flying and possibly owning their own airplane. And years ago, we had a list of airplanes that you can afford for the same price of a car. So I thought we should revisit that list. A lot has changed in the marketplace, and accounting for inflation, some of these airplanes cost just about the same. And so in today's video, we're going to go through 5 different airplanes that you can purchase for the same price of a Honda Accord. And if you weren't born rich like most of us, and you don't have $30,000 to your name, perhaps you only have $2,000 or $5,000. Guess what? You can get access to all of these airplanes at a fraction of the cost through AirMojo. Find an airplane that's local to you that fits your mission, and you can get access to that airplane on a very affordable hourly cost. Easy peasy. Again, that's airmojo.io. Now let's get into our entry-level airplanes. The first airplane we're looking at today is the Piper Tomahawk. This aircraft needs no introduction, very well known in the pilot community, and it is a perfect first airplane and also a perfect trainer. As a matter of fact, Piper built this airplane to train new pilots. It's safe and nimble, and it's also a great time builder. The Tomahawk is a 2-place low-wing airplane that you can fly up to 500 miles. This airplane is powered by a Lycoming 112 horsepower engine and uses a fixed-pitch propeller. The Piper Tomahawk will cruise anywhere from 100 to 115 miles per hour. The cabin is very roomy even if you're on the bigger side, and this aircraft burns less than 10 gallons of fuel per hour. Piper Tomahawks can be hard to find because most pilots who buy this airplane generally want to keep them, and because of that you can find them high in the $50,000 range. But if you look closely, you can still find some Piper Tomahawks between $25,000 and $30,000. Next aircraft we're looking at is the Grumman Yankee, the AA-1A. The Grumman Yankee is the little brother to the Grumman Tiger, which we covered in depth on this channel. Also a low-wing fixed landing gear airplane, the Yankee uses a Lycoming 0235 engine that puts out about 108 horsepower. But in the Yankee, you're cruising at a respectable 120 to 125 miles per hour. With a flight ceiling of 13,000 feet, this is no airplane to take over weather. But it is perfect for building time and getting your ratings done. The Grumman Yankee is known to be a great beginner airplane because it only has 2 seats, and most of the time, it's just you flying. And with a payload of 350 pounds, you are limited to how much weight you can carry. The Grumman Yankee will travel as far as 400 miles, and this is while also burning less than 10 gallons of fuel per hour. Unlike the Tomahawk, in design, the Grumman Tiger has a sliding door, while in the Tomahawk, you have 2 doors. But during the summer heat, I promise you will fall in love with those sliding doors. A Grumman Yankee can still be found in the market today for as cheap as $24,000. And here we have another low-wing airplane, the Sonex A model. Now, unlike the first 2 planes we've already listed, the A model is considered an experimental aircraft. This means that this plane is not fully certified by the FAA, but it can be considered as a safe option if built well. The Sonex A model is one of the most affordable airplanes that you can possibly get your hands on, and with the performance you get in this bird, it's a no-brainer. While you can have different options of power plant, a good engine for this airplane is the Jabiru 3300 with 120 horsepower, and that will propel this plane to cruise at a respectable 170 miles per hour. And perhaps if you want to dial the power back, you can cruise at 150 miles per hour. And here's the best part. The Sonex A model will only burn 4 to 5 gallons of fuel per hour. This is a lighter airplane that can also be used as an aerobatic plane. As a beginner pilot though, I would stay away from that. The Sonex A model can fly up to 400 miles, and the flight ceiling in this airplane is 23,000 feet. While you have to be careful buying a used experimental airplane, a well-built Sonex A model can be found anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000. Fourth airplane on the list is the Zenith CH650, or maybe the CH601. Zenith is well known for building STOL airplanes, namely the Zenith Super Duty, but they also have a nice cruiser for beginner pilots. The the CH-650. Now, a brand new CH-650 will cost you a whole lot more than $30,000. To build one that's nicely equipped will probably cost you north of $70,000. But if you try your luck in the used market, you may be able to find a CH-650 or 601 for less than $30,000. Being an experimental aircraft, the CH-650 also has your options for power plants, but a good engine to use in this airplane is the Rotax 912. With 100 horsepower, this engine is well known and easy to work with. The CH-650 will cruise at 150 miles per hour, and you can go long distance in this airplane, 600 miles. With a fuel capacity of 30 gallons and a useful load of 630 pounds, you're likely going to be flying solo in this airplane. And while it may not be the perfect fit for many pilots, this airplane is a great option if you are just starting out. And again, if you look very carefully, you will find one in the marketplace for $30,000 or less. And we've saved the best for last. The last affordable airplane that you can buy for less than $30,000 is none other than the Cessna 150. This is an airplane that anybody can fly. The Cessna 150 may be the most forgiving airplane ever built. It is very slow. You're gonna cruise anywhere from 70 miles per hour to 100 miles per hour in this airplane. But you're also burning only 5 to 6 gallons of fuel per hour. The 150 is an airplane that's built for two, but chances are you're going to be riding solo in this plane because the cabin space is very tight. But say that to the owners and pilots who have been flying this airplane for over a decade. And because so many of these airplanes were built, over 20,000 of them, it's very easy to find one in the marketplace and also find parts for it. And you're going about 400 miles in range. During the summer though, you might sweat a little to get this plane up in the air. The Cessna 150 has been around since the 1950s, and this airplane is sure to hold its value for another 40 years to come. So if you're in the marketplace right now and you need an airplane you can either train in or build some valuable time, a Cessna 150 is a great option. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and make sure guys that you subscribe with the notification bell on. If you're in the market to fly any of these planes listed, remember you can easily get access to them on airmojo.io. Just type in your location and see what's available close to you. Airmojo makes access to an aircraft a lot seamless. So make sure you check it out or use the link in the description below.